So, what good are political debates anyway? Well, since we're likely to be seeing our own debates here in Jamaica next year when the general election is due, I want to share some 3 key takeaways from the Donald Trump-Kamala Harris debate that just took place. And as always, I want to hear what you think. All right, drop your comments below. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Dionne Jackson-Miller. First of all, after the Biden debate fiasco, I don't think most people can still be saying debates don't matter. So there was a lot riding on this debate between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. And I had my popcorn ready and I had my WhatsApp groups ready because, of course, one of the great things about WhatsApp groups is that you can be talking to all your friends, sometimes different groups of friends, all at the same time, even when you're alone in the room. So that was great. So, as somebody who has been a questioner in the last few leadership debates here in Jamaica's general elections, I'm always fascinated by political debates, and I want to share a couple of insights with you. So, takeaway number 1, debates matter. People want to see the candidates debate. They want to see them ask questions and they want to hear the answers. Now, granted, it is a very artificial environment. You know what I mean? You can ask a question. You have 2 minutes for an answer. You have a minute for rebuttal. You might have a minute for follow-up or whatever it is that the rules of that particular debate might be. People also criticize the rules, but you do have to realize that the first aim is to get the candidates in the room to debate. So they have to agree to the rules. We can't decide for ourselves what we want the rules to be. So I can't decide that, I might want 3 follow-ups or 4 follow-ups, and I probably do, because not every time they answer a question. But the reality is that if the candidates don't agree to the rules, you do have a debate, and you want them in the room. The parties and the candidates also know that they need to debate, but at the same time, they're trying to minimize the possibility of too much fallout in case things don't go great. So you're always going to have rules that are pretty restrictive. Again, getting the debate itself is always a victory. So yes, debates matter. And we didn't really need the Biden debate fiasco to know this. It is an important chance to put questions to them. I can tell you, as a producer and as a presenter, a lot of times, once a campaign starts, it is hard to get candidates to agree to sit down to a long-form interview because, they have to prepare for those interviews as well. And a lot of times, the time for campaigning is pretty short. To be fair, they have to make decisions. How are they going to spend their time? Does it make sense to give up a day or 2 of campaigning to do an interview on CNN or Cliff Hughes on Nationwide or All Angles or Beyond the Headlines? And does it make sense, for instance, to give up a whole day where you could be campaigning out a road in Westmoreland, in St. James, because you have to be in Kingston prepping for and then doing an interview with a journalist who's probably going to come at you pretty hard, when the reality is you can be out in the field campaigning, you can be on the campaign platform, and boom, you're still getting your news coverage. Of course, my answer is going to be yes, you still need to do the interviews because people do want to hear how you respond to thoughtful and probing questions. But a debate is a chance to answer questions in front of a much bigger audience than you're likely to get from any one interview. That's just fact. Here's a Guardian reporting that Republicans were dismayed at Trump's performance as polling suggested Harris won the debate. House Republicans were disappointed at his lack of composure and at her ability to get under his skin, and they spoke about Harris targeting Trump on abortion and immigration. This is what the Jamaica Debates Commission says that their polling shows about what people think about debates here in Jamaica. 67% think that general election debates should be mandatory. 30% said they've changed their vote after watching the debates. That's big, 1 in 3 people said that a debate can make them change their mind about who to vote for. 61% said debates are important before a general election because it helps to inform people about the party's plans and ideas. 78% said the debates did address their issues. 57% said debates helped them to make up their mind. 57, that's 1 in 2 people, said that election debates helped them decide who to vote for. And remember what happened when the governing People's National Party refused to debate in the 2016 general election campaign. They lost. The Debates Commission had polled people after the election, and this is some of what people said. 43% of voters said they were anticipating, they were looking forward to the debates. 11% said the absence of the debates changed their voting decision in the last election. 35% changed their vote to the opposition. 4% said they voted for a third party. So, yeah, debates matter. Takeaway number 2, time limits are not a bad thing. I know some people don't like the debate format. They think it doesn't give the candidates enough time to state their positions. Well, I completely disagree. A debate allows a candidate to summarize their position in a very concise way for the public. You have to remember, most people are simply not going to spend hours and hours reading long position papers, whether it's on abortion and immigration in the US, for instance, or crime and the economy here for us. They're just not. So candidates need to have what the business people like to call elevator pitches. They need to be able to state their position on just about anything in about 2 minutes. And I know people say, oh, people's attention span so short. That's because of social media. Personally, social media may have made it worse, but I think people's attention span has always been short, right? I just think we never have nothing else to watch or listen to, so politicians could be on one of the 1 or 2 radio or TV station, they chat for 2 hours. The fact that you're talking for 2 hours doesn't mean anybody is listening for 2 hours, but up to now, can't convince local politicians of this, but that's another thing. I won't leave to say about the length of speeches, but another time we'll talk about that, all right? And quite frankly, I don't think there is anything wrong with making people answer a question in a few minutes. You need to be clear enough on your position so you can express it quickly and concise. So just get to the point, tell us what we need to know. And quite frankly, 2 minutes is often quite long enough for most issues. What happens is that the politician then waste time, they don't answer the question, then run out the clock. If you need to rebut, you need to come with a sharp rebuttal, 15 seconds, bam, and then you get on to the rest of the question and answer the question. Now, if we gave them more time, all they would do is spend the additional time also not answering the question. Trust me on this one. Takeaway number 3, questioners and moderators matter. And the US format generally that I've seen is different from how we do it in Jamaica. And I think that how we do it in Jamaica is way better. And I'll tell you why. Generally, what I see in the US is that the journalists asking the questions are also the moderators. So the same people asking the questions are also watching the time and have to stop the candidates if they break the rules and they're going over time. And they do slip up. I see CNN reporting that Donald Trump ended up getting about 5 extra minutes in the debate because the moderators wouldn't stop him when his time was up. That is a failure on the part of the moderators, and that actually doesn't happen in Jamaican debates, because how we do it is that you might have 2 or 3 journalists asking the questions and we have a separate journalist doing the moderating. So we've had, for instance, as moderators, Janella Perseus, Archibald Gordon, Dervon Malcolm have all been moderators. They're all colleagues of mine and they always do a fantastic job. I can tell you that when we are doing debate prep, when they are telling us, what we need to do and what the rules are, they say to the moderators, when time is up, stop them. And I've heard the criticisms. People say, oh, the moderator, them rude. Why them so abrupt? Why them no make people finish their sentence? No, because you make a politician finish their sentence, they're likely to go on for another 2 or 3 minutes or more. Not the 2 or 3 seconds that most people are thinking of. And then now you get into accusations of how we bias because this one gets so much time and this one get more time than that. And next thing, you hear the parties won't debate because they say the organizers are biased and their candidates aren't getting equal time. And the way to deal with all of that is to just stop them when they run out of time. There's a big ass clock on the wall of the studio. They well and know when time run out. They're just pushing the envelope, and it's the job of the moderator to stop them. So having the moderator separate from the questioner now allows the moderator to not have to worry about content, meaning what the candidate is saying. Them can just watch the clock and stop them. As a questioner, content is obviously very important. Now I need to listen to what is being said so that I can see whether or not they're actually answering the question, A whole heap of times they're not, and whether or not I want to do a follow-up, and I can concentrate on that properly without also having to worry about watching the clock. So yeah, I think our debate format is way better. So what did you think about the Donald Trump Kamala Harris debate, and what do you think about debates overall? Want to know what you think, so drop your comments below. All right, and I just want to say thank you so much to all the people who have been seeing me and messaging me and giving all kinds of really great feedback. I mean, some critical feedback as well, but that's also good. It's all good. That all helps us grow, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so very much for being here. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and of course share the videos as well. All of that helps us grow. See you next time. I'm Dionne.